Boom. So we're live on YouTube. We're recording on Apple and Spotify and all of the podcast outlets, and we're live on Facebook. So this is what I want the Facebook people to do. So I'm gonna promote a little bit heavy on this one because you might want to fast forward to the 7-minute mark on this one because this is gonna be a powerful show. We're gonna talk about religion and business. So we're gonna give you some real practical occult tips on what to do to bring prosperity into fruition. So we're gonna talk some real stuff, but we're gonna promote heavy. So I need all my Facebook followers. This is ridiculous. I got 5,000 friends. I got 50,000 followers. I need all of my Facebook followers to follow us on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Simple. It's at Billionaire Loan Officer.
And click the like button too. It helps.
Click the like button. Click the subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to talk about a real positive subject today. We're going to talk about religion and business. And this is coming from two masters. So we really can't give our positions anymore, but this is coming from two masters.
I have a Buddha in the background right there.
This is coming from two adepts, should I say. So we're going to give you some real practical tips. We're going to give you some real things to think about and chew on and give you all the answers. Well, some of the answers here in a second. But again, I'm going to say this one more time before we get started. I need all of my Facebook friends. I have 5,000 friends. I have 50,000 followers on Facebook. And it's ridiculous that we only have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I need y'all to go to YouTube right now and like, subscribe on at Billionaire Loan Officer. We're live on YouTube right now. So let me see how many live on YouTube. Yeah, we need more people live on YouTube. So come on, we're gonna talk about some powerful stuff, man. We're gonna talk about how you get some money. We're gonna talk about prosperity. We're gonna talk about how to put some of that fiat in your pocket. Prosperity. So I know that's what y'all want to hear. Y'all love it. Y'all love it here. So let's talk about it.
Yes,
this
sir.
Is the problem with us, especially heavily melanated people. We think finances is taboo. We know how to consume, but when it comes to finances, why we could excel at everything else? I was listening to Michael Jackson the other day. He's a genius as far as arranging songs and putting things together. Mm-hmm. Watching Kobe footage the other day, he's a genius at just making himself better. Where are the geniuses as far as finance in our community? Well, I'm one of them. And I'm about to teach y'all something today. We think this is the other man, the Caucasian created this, so this is evil, this is taboo. No, this is our stuff. We helped them build it. Wherever you go, you're gonna need some money. So why not master this thing? Why not master the game? Why not score a few touchdowns within the game and get you some money? We all of us want it. I don't care what type of yogi you are, or what type of religious thing you think you are, but all of you need money. So why not buckle down and start learning about this thing that we all get up every day for, and learn how to master the game and score a couple of touchdowns and win the game. Let's start introducing the podcast. Let me introduce myself. My name is Brandon B. Dixon. I'm a published author, mortgage broker, community activist, serial entrepreneur, so on and so forth. My book, Sales, the Nucleus of Any Profession, is out right now. Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, wherever you can get books. It's out. This book right here could make you 6 figures. This is my 7-step process right here. This book right here, if you read this thing and apply it, could make you some money.
Yeah, It's the truth.
It is what it is. This book right here. But the thing is, this is the problem with us. We don't want to invest in self-improvement. We want self-improvement to fall out of the sky. And this, how is it going to happen? Through osmosis? How's this self-improvement going to happen? How are you going to go from nothing to making billions of dollars or millions of dollars? Or a lot of people just want to be comfortable without working on yourself. How's the house going to get built without actually putting the bricks and the mortar and the actual boards together and the sheetrock and stuff like that? Houses just don't pop up out of the sky. So you got to build your foundation. You got to build your financial freedom yourself. This is one of the books to do that. You got to learn how to sell first. If you don't know how to sell, you can't do anything. You're dead in the water. Let's go over to plug all the websites. HOC Mortgage, and we're going to get started here in a few minutes. So I need all of my Facebook friends to go on YouTube right now. Go on YouTube right now, like and subscribe. Go to www.hocmortgage.com if you need a mortgage. Right now, interest rates are record low. So there's no excuse. No excuse. Interest rates are basically flat. We're not making any money. But it's good for you guys because you can get the lowest interest rates in history because of coronavirus.
Yeah, right now, right?
Yeah, right now the coronavirus is making interest rates flat. So now if you want to get there's no excuses, family. You know, people that's lifetime renters, it doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense to be renting. If you got $1,000 a year, $1,000 a month paying rent, $12,000 a year. Every 10 years, you're spending $120,000. You're basically buying a house. You pay for somebody else's mortgage. It's ridiculous. Go to www.hocmortgage.com. Let's get started on the mortgage. BillionaireLoanOfficer.com if you want to book me for motivational speeches, sales training, consultation, so on and so forth. I'm getting swap. So I'm already booked for April. So we're working on May right now. So want to book me for May? Let's go. Call me 24/7, 832-775-8357. I'm available. And it's at Billionaire Loan Officer on all social media. So let's go ahead and introduce my co-host at Steven Contreras, at Steven_Contreras_90. And on Facebook, you guys can't see Steven, but go ahead and listen to him right now.
Yeah, hey guys, Steven Contreras here. I'm a geologist here in Houston, Texas. I'm the studier of the arts and sciences, and I do a lot of different things, trying to help out the communities, and just happy to be here. This is my cat. She keeps walking in front of the camera, but and I'm looking forward to it.
Right. So for those who are not familiar with the show, the Power of Ownership podcast, we talk about not only ownership of properties, but intellectual properties, companies. Also, we bridge the gap between the unseen and the seen realm. We talk about ownership of the mind, body, and soul. We talk about how to bring things into fruition from a cult standpoint and use that to prosper. This is the real deal Holyfield right here. You know, if you really listen to our shows, we don't spill everything out. We do a lot of tongue-in-cheek. You got to really listen to us, and this is the problem. A lot of people don't have the short attention spans of flies and don't listen to the whole show. But if you go back and listen to the shows, we really dropped in some real nuggets, man. We can give you the whole kit and caboodle on how do you take yourself from your current circumstance to make use of money, man. Make use of real money. Let's go ahead and start the show. Let's go ahead and get in there. Again, my last plea when we start. Share this. Facebook. I need my Facebook support because a lot of my Facebook are my nobles. I need my nobles to start supporting, man. I get more support from outside community. And I'm gonna be all the way real. Most of my nobles, I need y'all to support wherever y'all are. Whatever, I need y'all to support, man. Period. I'm just gonna leave it like that. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's go.
Yeah.
First of all, let's start it like this. Steve, you checked out the lecture, the Billionaire Mindset lecture?
Oh yeah, I watched the first one. It was good.
Gotcha.
And I'm working on
What
the
do you
second one
think
right
about
now.
epigenetics?
How things are, just gotta try to keep on moving forward and everything like that. It was
No, what do you
it's
think
like
about epigenetics? Bruce Lipton epigenetics, the whole theory. Well, it's not really a theory. It's really a fact now. They have so much scientific evidence. It's really more than a theory now.
yeah, that how we just have to keep on moving, right? Like we create our reality, right?
Well, just to recap, and for those who first joining in, I want y'all to go Google epigenetics, and I want you to look at Bruce Lipton. He's one of the leading scientists. He's this is a genetic some kind of scientist. I forgot his exact title, but he's been doing this for 20 something years. There's also a lot of TED Talks from different various scientists about it. But Bruce Lipton is one of my favorites because he wrote a couple of books on the power of belief. The thing about epigenetics is this, and that's why I had to do part 1 of my lecture on epigenetics and detoxing your generational curses. Epigenetics is this. Epi meaning on top of, genetics meaning your genome. It was thought that before that we were locked into a matrix. We were locked into, if my dad had a bald hair, had receded hairline, I was gonna have receded hairline. I was doomed. I'm locked in. Science shows now that's not the case. It's the mind, the consciousness, and the environment that unlocks that particular genome. So if I think I keep getting fed, especially in my first 7 years of existence, what's called that theta stage, which is basically hypnosis. You're vibrating so low, you're basically in a hypnotic state. If your parents keep telling you, hey, you're gonna get diabetes, you gotta get diabetes, and you eat as such, you drink as such, you're drinking all the Kool-Aid with the sugar all the way to the top. You basically unlock that gene and you manifest it into reality. So that's basically what epigenetics is. It's basically the opposite of what we think. It's not the genes that's locked in. It's the consciousness that makes the gene. You dropped on. Hold on a second. Steve. You dropped on.
No, I'm back. It's back on my end now.
Hold on a second. Let me see if I can. Okay, I see it.
Okay, are we good?
I think I don't see myself recording. Let me see. Let me send you another link. Pardon us for a second, family. Some kind of way Steven Contreras dropped out. See another link real fast.
Yeah, no, but I agree with all that you're saying. It's a loop factor, right? Like we're stuck in loops and until we figure out how to break it out and go into a new one, right? Like chains.
All right, I just sent you another link here. Well, basically with epigenetics is this. We are programmed basically from the first 7 years of our existence. through our parents and what we observe. I give you an example with me. I've never had a broken bone in my life. Never.
Yeah.
Just because I was raised by my grandmother. And my grandmother always used to say, "Don't do this, boy. You're gonna break your arm. Don't do this. You're gonna break this. You're gonna." So my first 7 years, I was programmed to be overly cautious to protect myself in the subconscious mind. So subconsciously, I'm overcautious, so I never would injure myself. Until this day, I'm 40 plus. I've never had any major injuries. Am I making sense? So that's how epigenetics works. It's the consciousness, it's the subconscious mind that's being programmed by a couple of things, by observation, also by repetition, especially in that first 7 years. See, I think we lost Steven again. You got to get that internet, man. All right, partners, family, waiting on Steven to come back in the live. We should be back up here shortly. All right, Steve, I resent the link. We'll give you like 2 minutes to come in. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Go in, man. Give you a couple of minutes real fast. All right, so Steven Contreras is having issues with his internet, so we're gonna keep the party going. We're gonna keep it going. So, All right, so everything good. I'm recording by myself on Apple. So if he pops in, he pops in. So let me finish my statement, what I was saying. So through the first 7 years, the theta stages of your life, you're basically in a hypnotic state where you're programmable. Think of us like a computer coming fresh out the box. And there's certain factory settings that you have. And you start to download applications for yourself, which is basically live life. And how you do that is you're observing your parents and you're listening to your parents on the hundreds of thousands of nuances that they have in order to fit into this quote unquote society. So we're listening to our parents, we're observing other children, we're observing TV, and this is basically shaping our reality. This is basically telling you what you should be and who you are. And the most influence that you have is through your parents, because that's who you trust. So your parents, most parents we come from, especially with melanated beings, we come from people that were stripped of their culture, stripped of their original language, stripped of their original belief systems. And we were reprogrammed and we were stuck with something other than. And we were taught that we were less citizens and we were taught all this garbage. So your parents regurgitated that to you. And you in turn seeing all this footage on TV about if you got melanin in your skin, you know, you're not quite as equal. You got this evolution, this garbage evolution theory saying that the Caucasian is the new evolution of man and all this stuff here, all this garbage. You in turn, you believe that. That's in your subconscious mind. And now through your adult life, you carry that with you. So how does this relate to finance and money? So through your subconscious mind, we were taught that we were nothing and we're never going to be anything. You know, we were taught that money is the root of all evil. We were taught that only the scam artists, the hustlers, the crooks, and the thieves had the money, and the preachers. Or that you only could play ball and rap or sing in order to get real money. You know, we subconsciously got scared of success because of Black Wall Street. Because when we did have our own successful things, they bombed them and put all this propaganda out. So we, in turn, subconsciously programmed ourselves to be victims. So, like I said on the first lecture, if you hadn't seen the first lecture, go ahead and check it out. It's on everywhere. So check it out. It's called Billionaire Mind State. The first part is epigenetics. How does this relate to money? So through your first 7 years, you've been programmed to not be financially literate. In school, we were never taught how to even balance a checkbook. We never were taught how to make money. We always, you know, was taught even mortgages. I see people, adult, that don't know anything about mortgages and don't know anything about the economy. They don't know what makes interest rates go up and down. They don't know anything about the secondary market. They don't know anything about anything. But we know about Beyonce. We know about Jay-Z. You know, so we know about all these other garbage things. But we don't know about the finances. But we get up every day, and this is what makes our world go round. Crazy. But we don't know anything about it. So epigenetics is this. What's liberating about it is that they've done studies upon studies now that even with like rats, I don't want to go into each individual study, that if you change the environment and you reprogram the subconscious mind, that you can in turn change and unlock these genomes that's dormant. Right now, everybody got the prosperity gene in us. Everybody got genetics that help us excel in this particular system, in this capitalist system. But they've been suppressed and they've been programmed to unlock other things. We gave an example on one of our shows before where we talked about how cartoons, Looney Tunes, they used to program the subconscious mind. You had Elmer Fudd, which used to be a heavily melanated guy back in the 40s. They changed him up to the Caucasian, but he would constantly chase this white bunny, and he would never get him. He would have him point blank range and shoot at him, and it still backfire and blow up in his face. So subconsciously, that tells you that whatever you do, they program you on a subconscious, occult level, that whatever you do, it's going to blow up in your face. So most people don't even try. Don't even try. Look at Sanford and Son. Look at all these sitcoms they used to have in the 70s. Good times. Well, whatever they done, it never would work out for them where they would make some money. And, James died. Sanford and Son, every week, they had some schemes to make some money, but it always would backfire. They always wind up giving the money back. See how subconsciously that affects you? So I'm saying that to say this, that how can we now go from the worker class or the victim mentality or the victim programming, should I say, this is all a program. This is all a program. How can we go from that to a different mind state, a billionaire mind state? And I talked about we need to detox. We need to, whatever we need to do, get away from toxic spouses, get away from toxic friends, get away from, all right, we got Steven back. Are you back guys on the, I'm going to go ahead and record it old school because with the link, we can compare later how it sounds versus the beginning of the podcast to the end.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason my internet stopped working for a second. I
just stopped working for a second too. I must be talking every time we talk some real stuff. We get clipped. Let me see what happened. How much I lost.
I had to unplug my router and plug it back in.
Right. We get seriously monitored. Let me see something. God damn. Hold on a second. I was clipped. I didn't even know it. Only thing I'm keeping on is Facebook Live. Hold on a second. Okay, I saved the segment, so I'm gonna have to do this in segments, man. I'm gonna have to patch it together. Hopefully, I kept the episode. If not, I have to go back old school and re-record it like through the YouTube. But hopefully not. The YouTube kept up too. The YouTube and the Facebook is clutch, man. They clutch. But I was wrapping up a point. I was basically the epigenetics and the detoxing, because this is important to what I'm talking about as well. So I talked about, just wrapping this up for the people that's watching us on Facebook, and I'm about to go into our new topic. All of this is basically a program. We've been programmed to be victims. We've been programmed to be to not reach our potential. I talked about the flea training. Y'all gonna have to go back and listen to that analogy. But we've been programmed basically to be fleas, to not reach our maximum potential and live within these certain parameters. And basically to do that, to live within these certain parameters, that makes you a maximum worker. So you're an excellent worker, but when it comes down to entrepreneurial, we fail in comparison. So we basically sheep. So this is where you've been. This is where you've been confined to through programming. We talked about this on the Looney Tunes show. How the programming the subconscious mind. I was just recapping all that stuff. How they program the subconscious mind with everything you try is going to blow up in your face. You know, all the cartoons, all the little sitcoms, all that's even the stand up comedians is programming your subconscious mind to be something and shape something that this is how you think that you're supposed to be.
Yep. And it's always going to be like that too. Like no matter what.
Well,
And
this is what's so liberating. For those that want to take the time, it doesn't have to be like that.
exactly. Takes you have to work at it,
So what we're proposing through epigenetics, this is a scientific fact that you can reprogram your subconscious mind.
Yep.
You can. You got to detox first. I gave you the practical. I marched you through all 3 applications in my lecture before my book is coming out. I told you to detox, study epigenetics, detox, get away from toxic friends, get away from toxic relationships, forgive everybody, heal yourself, forgive all your mom for whatever she's done, forgive all the stuff that you've done, forgive yourself, address everything, move past that. Now get back in the game clean, fresh, detox that, purge all that stuff from your mind.
And we all go through those steps too. Like if you're watching the video and listening to us, we've all done it. We've all gone through it. Those trials. I'm just kidding. And
let's do this. I'm about to add you on Facebook because they can't see. I just invited you on Facebook.
Okay. Let's see if I remember my password on my computer. Hold on.
I just sent you the invite. So let's do that because they can't see you on Facebook. I don't think they can hear you either. So.
Okay, I'm watching. I'm in the video. Can you see me or?
I can't see you. Hold on a second. I see you watching.
Okay.
So,
It was weird for a second. I'm looking at the video, and you're on a different angle with that one.
Right. I don't think I could. I think I can add you on. I don't think this is like Instagram.
Yeah,
I would think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Right. So, but all right, let's roll from there. I think they can hear you. Let me know in the chat if you can hear them. Type something in the chat if you can hear them. And we'll go from there. But back to what I'm saying. So you don't have to. That's the liberating thing about epigenetics. Knowing about epigenetics, studying epigenetics is that you are not locked into this matrix. You don't have to be what your parents have been. You don't have to subscribe to these generational curses. Mm-hmm. You can do something about it. It takes work.
Nothing in life is free.
Well, this is the thing. All it takes is a little bit of effort. Detox yourself. Take a few months. Address all the issues that you had in your past. Forgive everybody. Forgive yourself. Upload new programs. Who do you want to be? Contemplate. Meditate on who you want to be and who do you want to become and market to. So then become a beast in that field. Study what all the top people are doing and try to outdo them. Fill your schedule up. Set your goals lofty. Then the third thing I talk about is the art of taking action. Now you got to take action on what you set out to do, and you can't let yourself down. And I gave you a 5-step process on how to take action. I went through all the steps, man. This is golden. Now, what we're going to talk about today is how does religion help your business, and it all ties in together. As religion is one of those tools. I'm realigning myself. It's the legion. To what? What are we realigning ourselves to? So how does religion help or hinder you in business? Stephen, I'm gonna open that up to you. How does, and then I'll go in. So can it help or hinder you in business, or can it do both? Or
Yeah, it can do both, right? Business, just for people who are listening, like the religion is taught in the workplace, like not to be an influencing factor, right? We're not supposed to talk about it. We're not supposed to encourage it and things like that. And so that's some of the negative connotations of the religion and business is how can we talk about it? Most people can't talk about it at work. I'm just kidding. And so I think it's actually a huge driving force in the business world. And so how do people talk about religion if you can't talk about it? They hide it, right? It's hidden everywhere in the business world. Spirituality, even behind me here, the Buddha, he's not a fat man. It's just a metaphor, right? So it's the same idea. Like religion and business, it's always there, even if they tell you it's not. I'm kidding.
Right.
Sorry, my cat keeps walking in the way. So.
Right. So my thing is this: with us, I'm gonna talk in my community outward. With heavily melanated people, because this is not our first. We've came up with it, but what majority of us in America have subscribed to is a processed version of what we originally created. So I don't want to go into a history lesson, but the Coptic Church and all that, the Gnostic Christians that came out of what we call now Africa, but now it's been processed since it moved around. It's more like a Twinkie now, and it's become something different. It's become something other than what it was originally intended to be. So subscribing to that, most of the time, we're back into that same mind frame that we talked about earlier with epigenetics. We're back to that programming of when I tell you that somebody outside of yourself has the keys to your car, you're done. You usurp all of your power. You punt all of your power. And this is the meat. This is our problem as melanated people in a nutshell. We've been programmed. I want y'all to listen to me, family. All the nobles that's on here. The problem is we've been programmed to take non-action. No action. To sit there and wait for something to happen. And this is done by most of the time with religion. Because religion has taught you, or the religion of nowadays has taught you to sit back and relax and watch a hero come save me from somewhere. And this is the problem, because everything else we're functional. We could sing, we could dance. But when it comes to taking action, we freeze. This is the problem. Not that we're not smart enough. Not that we're not strong enough. Something about us does not want to dive into that pool. Why?
Yeah. It's
you see what why?
Yeah, the why.
Yeah, so every rap song is get money, get money, get money. Every R&B song, get money, get money, get money. But who studies the art of getting money? We know how to hustle, which is basically like a gerbil on the running reel. Get it in, dish it back. Get it in, dish it back. Why are we illiterate when it comes to sit back? I want to sit back and have that money to have children. Like so to say, like my guy out the Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful. Why we don't know how to do that? Why we don't know why we're illiterate on real estate? Why we're illiterate on everything else? But we know how to hustle. We know how to work 2-3 jobs and sell dope on the side. That's hustling. You know what I mean? Come on, family. I got basically I see a lot of people. Yeah, you own your little small business, but basically you don't have a boss, but you're basically working a job because you have the wrong mentality. You're not. You still some of the business owners are the worst. When I do mortgages, are the worst customers because they have the worst credit, they have the worst everything because they don't know how to make money. Don't know how to make money. Just because you own your business, don't have a boss, don't mean you saved.
Yeah.
So if religion, hold on, I'm almost done with my rant, man. I'm passionate about this because this is it in a nutshell. I just gave it to you. I just took the card and gave it to you. Non-action is our problem. And we've been programmed to take non-action. We talked about this on the Looney Tunes episode. We would taught to take non-action when it comes to accomplishing our goals. We're taught to take action when it comes to foolishness. Look at the chicken sandwich episode we talked about. When it comes to foolishness, we take action. Get a chicken, stand in line for a chicken sandwich, stand in line for Jordans. To consume, we take action. But when it comes to better yourself, buy this book for $20 and you're gonna make six figures. Million excuses. I'm telling you, buy this book and I guarantee you make six figures next year. Don't want to do it, but you'll stand in line for 3 hours to buy a chicken sandwich that's gonna kill you, full of chemicals.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy how the psyche works like that, right? Because most people don't pay attention to those little things that they do, our habits that we do day to day, right?
Right.
It's just like you're right. Like people would rather stand in line, than read a book or watch some TV instead of read a book, or just they'd rather sit on the couch than go outside. Those are important little things that people have to be aware of. Go get some sun. We need the sunlight.
Right. So basically, all the stuff we've been talking about throughout all of the podcasts, it all boils down to basically this. And this was so liberating about it. We talked about winners and losers before. We talked about people that want struggle. So basically, if hearing this, and this is crazy. This is crazy. I've noticed that I play my podcast around certain people and they tone out automatically. Some people are scared of or don't want, they have no intention on hearing anything of the higher self. They run from the higher self. That's how low vibrating we are. If it comes to sex, violence, all ears, gossip, we all ears.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you understand how devilish that is?
Yeah, it's backwards, right? That's how it is. That's how it looks, right?
Well, it's evil to live backwards.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and it's going to be like that, until people start figuring it out. That's why, like you said earlier, we have to change who we hang out with, our friends and family, because they don't want to change with you. It's unfortunate.
Taking a detour because I want to come back to this help us set up the second segment. But why are people allergic to their higher self?
Fear, right? They're scared.
Or do they not know what higher self is?
Yeah, that's also a reason too, because a lot of people they never tapped into their higher self, or they don't think it's real, right? That's a problem I come across. It's like people don't think it's real. All this religion stuff or spirituality, they think it's all fake. It's not real. We just believe in science, and we're just going to go die and lay in the ground, and that's it.
Right.
A lot of people think like that.
And then why it's no coincidence that most of the successful people in this particular third density realm are the go-getters that's open to their higher self, that's mostly in their higher self and has the discipline to forego the lower desires. Why is this not a coincidence? You understand what I'm saying? So the people that cannot, that are slaves to their lower desires, this is the people that cannot get out of their circumstance. They can't transcend their circumstance because you vibrate so low. We talked about frequency. Everything we talk about, all this relates to this epigenetics. We've been programmed to vibrate low and to stay vibrating low. Does that make sense?
Yep. And we're going to keep on vibrating low until we do something about it, you know.
It's amazing how people run from themselves. It's almost like they're ashamed of themselves.
Yeah.
If I put people are ashamed to really look at themselves.
Yeah, it's the hardest thing for people to do. Just look at themselves in the mirror, you know.
So I think it's fear bringing this to, you know, if you buy this book, it's going to tell you what you need to do and remind you what you ain't doing. And that's putting a mirror to most people. Like, damn, I'm gonna have to do this now.
And they'll always get stuck back in the loop too until they break out of the loop. You know, it's comforting. Right. You know, loops are comforting.
Right. We're addicted to comfort. We're addicted to doing the same thing we're doing, but it doesn't make sense if you keep doing the same thing you're doing, you're gonna get the same results.
Yeah, no change. That's why.
That is the definition of insanity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's just a loop. But a lot of times people don't even know, like you said, they don't know they're going through the loops, and they don't know what those loops are. Right. But if you pay attention to the little details, or like, you're like, oh man, I'm doing the same thing that I did yesterday. It's like every day, you know, it's not good.
Well, again, most people don't know the difference. I think, and this goes right back to what we're talking about. Religion is the reason. They think that they've been programmed that. Look at the propaganda throughout every other movie is a superhero movie.
Yeah.
You know, we got Thanos and we got, you know, Thor, you know.
We got Batman and Robin.
Robin, you know, you got all these people. It's the old Seth and Heru. Mm-hmm. All over again, saying the same thing over and over and over and over in the subconscious mind. And what people believe and what people have been programmed to believe is that somebody outside of themselves is going to come back and save you. So I don't have to do anything. So they totally disregard this life and they're not in the control of this life at all. They just, as the tide, wherever the tide brings them, that's where they go.
Yeah, and it's not random either, right? So there'll always be little markers in life that like will show you like which direction to go, and it's our jobs to distinguish between what those markers are. Like the people who enter your life or the people who leave your life, like these are little markers, you know. If we're all in a program, right, these are the numbers, you know. We have to recognize when we hit the lucky number 7, you know, like boom, hey look, it's a little marker, you know, maybe I should start doing something different. If that makes a little sense.
Let me play devil's advocate for a second. For those who are like the 9%, this is my breakdown. There's 90% of people that won't do it, that won't bust a grade. 9% of people will take action, but won't do enough to get them to the next level. They'll make 1 or 2 plays and then stay. It's only 1% that's going to take really what we're saying and run with it, and actually resonate with them. So the people that's the 9%, let's play devil's advocate for a second. If you have staunch Christian beliefs and this is what drives you, and you have staunch Islamic beliefs, or you have staunch Judaism beliefs or Jewish beliefs, if it's got you this far, you know, keep doing your thing. But if you want to go to the next level, you know, there's something else out there. You know, so and it can help your business with. I mean, if you have enough gumption to, all right, be successful. And this is mainly now I'm talking to abroad because a broad spectrum, because in our community this had worked for us. But you have like Chick-fil-A, you know, and you have like you know, Papa John's. When they had Papa John's, they had these bigger corporations that does have religious overtones that it had worked for. But you got to realize, let's talk about it. I'm playing devil advocate. Keep doing your thing. It can work. And they use this as a mannequin, but you got to let's really examine it. I talked about this in the epigenetics. Most of these people are Caucasian, and they came from better schools, they came from a better environment. Most of the time, their parents and their friends and family already had money. So being in that environment with success and money is going to beget more success and money, even despite the debilitations of religions. That could still transcend, even if you know how to make money.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of people they stop once they've like hitting money and success. You know, they stop pushing, right? Because like you just said, they grew up poor, they didn't have enough like a good education, bad family home, and when they break out, they're like, hey, I guess I got money, I got a family, I have a nice job, like this is good, you know, this is it, you know.
Right.
And
that's the 9%. 9% of stop. They'll make a play that, you know, that's cool. I mean, there even are some 1% that's religious. That's fine. But you got to realize the first 7 years of the environment. I guarantee you, if I examine them, they came from better schools, eating better food, so on and so forth. For my community, we got a bad cocktail. We have self-hate, program with poverty, program with lack of education, bad foods, program with the music and the entertainment is all lower frequency, all bass heavy, hitting your lower chakra. Everything is oversexed, oversugared, the whole nine. So we can't see outside of that. We can't fathom outside of that if this is your reality. So you're going to regurgitate the same thing. So you're stuck in quicksand. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a scary feeling. Once you figure out how to break free, you'll look back in hindsight and just wonder why did it take so long, right? Just like you said,
that's a hard thing. This is very, very layered and structured. It's a hard thing to break free. That's why there's only probably 1% that probably break free. It's just, you got to be a dog, because if the food don't catch you, the sex gonna catch you. Sex gonna catch you. Your subconscious programming gonna catch you, that your mom told you wasn't gonna be anything, or your grandmother told you, you know, we only could go so far. You know, you got the schools that didn't teach you anything. So now you got to self-educate. You know, now everybody look at the subconscious. Look at what we say, man. Well, how you doing, man? Chilling. Mm-hmm. I'm chilling. When you chill, that means you slow down.
Yeah. Slows your heart rate down.
Slows everything down. So you chill, it means you're slowing down. So look at the subconscious program that we program ourselves. What's up, dog? Mm-hmm. Everything except our proper title, which is God.
Yeah.
You know, dog, man. This is my boy. Look at all the degrading terms we call ourselves.
Yeah, I always bow to people, and people look at me like I'm weird because I bow. But you know, it's the highest honor of an individual is to bow. You know, right. It's yourself to yourself. And so when you start, like you said, when you start changing your words instead of like chilling and dog, try bowing to people and see how that makes you feel.
Right.
It's nice.
People don't understand that everything is a harmony. It's a sequence. We all part of the sequence, grand sequence. So the ego, it prohibits people from bowing to each other. Now in Eastern cultures, that's customary.
Yeah.
Because we realize I'm only bowing to myself. I'm only acknowledging the greatness of myself.
and then the
The rest
greatness.
of society thinks more individualistic. That I'm greater than he, which that's what they said what was the devil in the Bible. That's why the devil wouldn't bow down to the man. He said, I am greater than he. And that's why he got cast out of the garden or cast out of heaven. That was the original, I guess, sin or whatever you want to say. That was the original, faux pas or whatever you want to say. Not bowing down to the creation. So how can you not bow down to something that's part of yourself? It's all a big orchestra, symphony. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta pay attention. It's all around us, right? So you have to just see it,
Everything.
live it. Yeah, it's you have to live it through like how we see reality, right? Like you have to live through the eyes and sound and mouth and all that stuff. What is that called? The five what?
The five senses. Let's go to the last question right here. How can you use beliefs to your advantage and make you some money? If you are a religious person, if that's your thing, you're not getting out of the big three, and even the offshoots. People that my followers, because I got a lot of the nobles here. I hate to say it, but some of you people are religious as well. You hadn't totally been free, because this is the thing. I'm gonna talk tongue in cheek right now, but hey, you don't believe in this? I got something else for you. Are you surprised? I got something else for you. Every level there's a trap. It's almost like a video game. There's a boss at the end of each stage. And most of us get caught in the boss. You know what I'm saying? So don't believe in this? I got something else for you. It's all the same thing when you ball down to it. But I'm saying that to say this, how can this, if you're stuck in that paradigm, how can that help you in business? How can you use it to your advantage?
Yeah, it's I guess you can look at it. I mean, there's good and bad, right, and everything. And I guess one of the bad ways would be like just use it as a selling point, to make money. Like, oh, if you turn your faith to God, for $10.99 or $199, and that's what a lot of scammers, they do a lot of that kind of stuff. But if you want to use it for the good, if you want to make religion a part of your life, I know some people. I'll do a little shout out to them. It's up here in Conroe, Texas. They donate cars to single moms, right? And it's called God's Garage. And what they do is they get cars and they get donations and they fix cars up and give them to single moms. And they use the heart and the logo and wings on their logo. And it's a great service that they do. Right. And there's lots of good things out there too. And I was just going to finish up with it's just like if you want to use your beliefs, no one can ever tell you what not to believe in. You just have to do it for the right reasons. Like if you want to go follow your heart, and you can use these tools to bring your business to make it successful, is what I'm trying to say. It's like religion and your beliefs can be plastered everywhere, and as long as you believe in them, usually you're going to be pretty successful.
Right. I like that a lot, using it as a marketing tool. Yeah, if you're gonna do it, go ahead and go hard on it. And it's the first chapter of my book talking about reciprocity. So you're using people's DNA against them. It's in our genetics that if somebody does something nice for you, you in turn want to do something nice for them. So if you're using it as a way to get the public on your side, that's a perfect opportunity for you to make some money.
Kanye West. Kanye West is really good at it.
Right. So yeah, it's reciprocity. That's the number one thing, you could do. Even my mentor, Mattress Mac, look what he does. He does a lot for the community, gives speeches, so on and so forth. So that in turn helps you with your business, because people now feel obligated to do business with you since you're a fixture in the community. So that is right along with my answer, yes, you can use your beliefs to your advantage. And then you got to realize too, like Chick-fil-A, your vibe is going to be your tribe as well. So believe it or not, you got people that's going to feel like you do. And those are the people that are going to support you. Like Chick-fil-A, they came out against LGBTQ, and the lines are still around the corner.
Mhm.
They still close on Sunday. So people love that. And they still support them. Man, I went to Chick-fil-A the other day, man. It was stupid packed. So that people, you got to have an A1 product though. That's the product is keeping them in the ball game, but you can use your beliefs to actually propel and excel your business as well, because you're going to have people that believe that like you do, and they're going to patronize your business because of that. So just giving you an example of that. So we over an hour, so I don't want to give it too much, man. This is actually a longer show than I anticipated. So
maybe we can do a part 2 next week.
Yeah, we kind of cutting it short because we kind of got but I really laid it all out, man. Non-action is truly the plague in our community. Non-action. We refuse to piss or get out the pot. We don't want to do either. We want to, you know what I'm saying? We want to stay on that pot, You got to do something, So let's go ahead and wrap it up, man. Again, take action. Take action. Take action. Why are you renting right now in 2020 when we're at record lows? Why are you not refinancing when you can save money? Probably shave some years off of that thing. Go to www.hocmortgage.com and let's get going, man. Let's get you a house. Take advantage of those grants. Take advantage of those programs that are out there available that you don't have to pay any money down. Let's go. www.billionaireloanofficer.com. If you're serious, I was talking to somebody last night. This quick story, man. This is crazy, bro. Blows my mind. I don't get people. This dude, bro, about my complexion, heavily melanated, man. Talks better than me. I'm not the greatest speaker. I have a distinct voice, but I don't have a super clear voice. But my voice is real distinct. If you hear from you can hear like the undertones of my voice. Oh, that's me. But, you know what I'm saying? My voice is distinct, but it's not the clearest and it's not the most articulate, but it's distinct. But this guy had a real articulate voice. Talking about sound like a game show announcer. And him and his friend was talking about how for 15 plus years they've been in the service business. Now, I'm not shitting on the service business. I'm not knocking the service business, but they were excited about $12 an hour. $15 an hour, man. Oh, man, 15? That's good. Really? So I'm looking at this guy with his type of talent, man. You could be so many different things that you can make you some real money. That's what I'm thinking in my mind, but I never articulated that to him. I just let him rant about, how getting tips and making $100 a night is good money. And I'm like, wow. So that's flea training 101. So I sidetracked that to say this. For people that have talent, you have some type of voice, you have some type of, you're articulate, and you're tired of the service-based business. You want to switch over to maybe sales and make you some people make 7 figures in sales. But I guarantee you, by this book, you're going to make 6 at least. Talk to me. Go to www.billionaireloanofficer.com. I can get you pointed in the right direction. Consultation, sales training. If you seriously want to make some money, invest in yourself. You got to make a deposit before you make a withdrawal. This guy, if I train this guy for, a couple of sessions, man, 2-3 sessions, bro, this dude, that $100 a night will look like chicken feed. This dude probably could be, if he got into sales, he could be probably a $1 million plus writer easily anywhere he goes. So It is what it is. But again, flea training. 832-775-8357. Call me 24/7. I'm available at Billionaire Loan Officer on all social media. Like, subscribe, so on and so forth. Steven Contreras, go ahead. Tell them what you got coming up and tell them where they can find you. And let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah. Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Steven Contreras, on Instagram, Steven_Contreras_90. We have a lot of stuff coming up in the next couple months. We had to push one of our events back because of the coronavirus, but it's rescheduled for May 8th in the Woodlands, Texas. We're going to be having a lunch forum discussing immunotherapy and pretty much what to do with pandemics. How can people prepare for pandemics? What are the steps in case an outbreak ever did happen? Are you and your family taking the right actions to be able to have safety and not get sick from like a really bad virus? So it's going to be really awesome. May 8th in the Woodlands, 11:30. It's going to be put on by the Institute of Health Research. And if you're interested, just let me know. It's $50 a ticket. And it's May 8th. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have like 3 guest speakers from all around the world. It's going to be cool.
Gotcha. Yep. With that, we're going to say until next week, remember, God is a verb and personal responsibility is your only savior. And with that, I'm going to say peace.
Peace.